Hello everybody, welcome to ABC123 Trader. Today is February 17, 2025. It's 1:41 in the afternoon and this is going to be an educational video on one of the indicators that I wrote for you guys, or anybody that wants to use it. It will be on the structure. So on the website, I have an indicators page and you can choose any indicator you want. I don't care, it's all for free for you guys to use. So on the very bottom, there's one called the Abc123, yeah, that's right, Structure Indicator. You can download it and install it and I'll show you what it does. Okay, let's get into the indicator. So like right in the beginning of the indicator, there's many options. And we'll just keep on going. And what we'll do is we're going to look at what you can do is you can set time frames for gaps. So I'm looking at a 1 minute chart, but the longer time frame is always a better time frame for analysis. But because I do like working on a 1 minute chart or even a 5-second chart, what I like to do is layer the time frame so I don't have to start looking at 20 different screens. I will look at other screens per se for different analysis, but when I'm doing right on the trade line, doing some trading, what I want to do is I want to display the gaps, let's say on a 15-minute chart. So I'm looking at a 15-minute analysis if there's any gap inefficiencies, and what it will do is it will display you if it was a short gap or a long gap, or an imbalance, such that within that 15-minute time frame it had appeared here, and so she's breaking up on the short side, she fired down here, maybe with continuation, but it didn't, and here's your 15-minute gap long, here, kissed it, and away you went. So that's what that option will do. So what I do is I say, let's say if I want to have two, such as at a 15-minute and let's say a 5-minute. Now what I'll have is I'll have two different types of analysis here. So we know there's a confirmation on a 15-minute and a 5-minute move on two different spaces here, but look how close it is. And here was another 5-minute shorting, or there's a 5 and a 15-minute within this zone. So you have confluence in order to maybe you can decide which direction of the trade to go into. So now what we can do is we'll continue on. So you see the long gap, you have a short gap. And then what you can do is you can display your structure such that is, structure down, breaking structure, break a structure, retrace and continue on. Break a structure, retrace, go up to the short, continue on. So now you have your swing structures such that you can hopefully be on the right side of the trade. We'll keep on going down to the options on the indicator. I set up London session. I also set up New York session, so you can see the ranging on New York and London. So here you go. Here's your London session starting at I call around 2 o'clock, and this will go from 2 o'clock to around, I think it's 5 or 7 o'clock. I can't remember. And then New York session I started at, even though it's earlier, but I started from the 7 o'clock, 7 to 11. So what you can do is you can see your premium and your discounts on there within the range. So here's your London session. It's coming in from 2 o'clock, starts retracing down, hits the bottom. Here's your sell gap right about 50% area and continue on. Such as, and here now you have your London session and your New York sessions creeping up, getting within the space, and away you go again. And here's your market open from 9:30, away you go. So this is where you can add it. And I mean, you don't need all the options on there, but I'm just showing you what is available on this indicator here. So we keep on going down. I'll show you the start. Basically, I call it the start times for the New York. You really don't need this one, but it just shows me every hour by the hour from 7 o'clock. My sweet spots, 8 o'clock, and then 9 o'clock. 1, 2, and 3. The areas I like to trade in. And you can see it takes off from this point forward, away you go. Just to give me, so I can look at what was been happening within that hour on that range. So I'll look here, maybe this is the point of interest. So if it does touch it, again, this would be my sweet spot. So what I would do is look back from here, the last swing high, go across. There you go. And let me just click it here. And there you go. So you can see it was working, it's working. It just swept some liquidity and fired away. Okay, let's keep on going here. Let's go farther down. Now what I did is also on the algo, I have two options on here to display the algo or display the fib. So I'm just going to go for the algo first. And what I mean by the algo is because I believe it is rigged. So these are sweep times, always before the top of the hour, and a little bit they start kicking in to play its funny games most of the time. Today it is a holiday, so I'm not sure if there's going to be as price action, but let's go farther back in time and see exactly what happens. And I just made it for every 10 minutes before and after, but because I trade in the morning session, I really want to know what happens within that time frame. So from 9:50 to 10:10, it actually took off like crazy because that is morning session. But I'll always do an analysis. Let's see if there's a kickoff point in times with that area. So if there is a correlation such that, let's say we're looking at this 15-minute short, there's a 5-minute short that never really appeared. These are so tight, that's why they're not showing lines. But because within that zone, we got in within that algorithm, so maybe we could have taken that short there. But this is at 1 in the afternoon. I'd like to find one that will show it. Let's find it, pronounce it a little bit better here. Yeah, so there's no gaps in these areas. Oh, this is not within a 5 or a 15, that's why it's not showing it. And so that's what it's designed for. Now let's go to the next section. I'm going to be turning one thing on at a time. Now with the display the fib, what the display the fib is, you will have to change your fib options if you want to do it this style. This is a time fib, and I just put it for 25, 50%, 75%, and 100% of the time within that time frame. So you can see the sad line. So if I actually just took a Fibonacci time extension, this is basically what I'm doing, okay? On Fibonacci time within my sweet spot zone. Keep on going here. Of course, I have the cloud, so with the cloud, maybe you can discern of which direction you want to go on. So here you go, the cloud is changing. So let's go today. It was a little more choppy. But let's say we get to, here we go, 9:30, 9:40. We're looking at our 5-minute long top of the hour there. Remember that was that earlier marking that we said it was. It might have retraced the last swing here, did a sweep, reversed, broke the structure here, and away it went and took off. Here's 9:30 already, but now you know what's the direction on the cloud. We're going into the cloud. Maybe you're a little nervous of maybe taking a trade, and you're getting within this zone, and we have to watch and see. So you can see we're above the cloud here. We have a long going on this way. It goes in there, touches the imbalance, and away you go. And you're also, it's all within that 50% zone too, so it's kind of like, ugh. So, and then you got your 9:45, which, you know, that's the first 15-minute candle, and you gotta wait for the full hour or first half hour for the IB, and away you go. Now let's keep on going here. I'm gonna be putting all the bells and whistles in here slowly. Lock boxes is just so, what lock boxes does is just so you can, these boxes you can drag. So I'm not going to show you that, but here's the first gap. So what this does is right after market open, what it's going to look for is for the very first gap, it's right here, to see if there's going to be, it comes down, hopefully retracing for continuation or the other way around, but because like I said, it's a holiday, it's just swinging back and forth. But if you go back in time, let's go back here, right from the beginning. Let's see if I can find one here. There we go. So what you want to see, here we go, let's just do this one here. See how it takes down, it comes right down and you feel kind of nervous. Now here's your first scalp width, also a 15-minute point here. Here's your trade going down this direction. So you can use that as a sweet spot. And look how it touches again, tries to reverse, and then it changes direction. You have your 5-minute, and now you have confidence going on the other way. And what you can do in time, if you're looking at different time zones, let's go back to the next night, around 9:30 here. See how it's really fuzzy and choppy here? See, it takes off and it's just playing within that area. Here's your 15-minute long and away you go. So you're getting more and more confidence here. And you can do that over and over and over again. So if you want to be patient, the key is patience, of course. And here's this one that never actually really touched until about 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then it just does a little bit of you get a small trade here, here's a sweep, and it takes off again by the end of the day. So that's what the first gap does. Let's keep on going here. Your midnight open. So you have a midnight open price, so you know where the market was starting right at midnight. Let's see, where's that dotted line here? Find where we are. There it is. Here's your midnight open price right here. Let's go back to the original for today's midnight open. So midnight open is right here, as you can see. There you go. So just the midnight open was at the peak of the London session. And I think that might be it for this indicator. So this is just for education, so you understand how it works. And oh no, we also have displayed target and text and what that does, and also risk to reward ratio. So how that works is it works on the long time frame gap, and such that what it will do is, if I'm focusing on this short gap, this is a risk to ratio. Did I put it for 2 or 3 on this one example? Go all the way down. You always want to look for bottlenecks, but yeah, it's only a 2-to-1 ratio. So with the risk to reward, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get within this zone and try to get to your target. And as you can see, it almost touched it on this one. It was a little bit short. And then what you can do is, here's your next 15-minute, it goes down there. Here's your target way down there. And let's see if there's any ones that actually came into fruition on previous examples. So let's take a look here. Here's your 15-minute long. Did it ever get to it? Oh, that's a big long roll. Here's a shorter one. So it actually probably swept it right in that zone here for a 2-to-1. 2-to-1, 2-to-1. So, but this is what you can use it for if you want to just get approximations of saying what can we do. So it looks like this one is a 1-to-1 ratio of a 1-to-2. So, and that's what it's designed for. So here was, oh, there was one that I showed it. Let me find another one here. I hate what Ninja triggers that once in a while. There we go. So let's go through. Here's a perfect target example here. So we had this target was designed on this one. This target was designed for this one, which would reach way later in the day though. But you know, you could sweep it. And here's this one for this target, this one out. Yeah, of course it's not going to go, it's already so late in the day. But that's what it's designed for. And other than that, that's it for this indicator. So yeah, enjoy, download it, test it, see what you like, what you don't like, and just email me at Abc123Traders. Just make sure you pinpoint your trades, trade safe, guys. And you guys have a great day. Take care.